Well, hey there, channel members. I'm making this video for you guys, probably long overdue. Uh, Again, I didn't know there was such a thing as membership. I really didn't know you could join and be a member of a channel, and then I looked down and there was 12 members, and then there was 20, and it kept growing, and I really appreciate that, and I respect that, and it helps me out every month, so that's appreciated as well. And so I've been kind of thinking about what can I do to make some content just for you loyal people. I love loyal friends are great, aren't they? When you've ever been stabbed in the back, aren't loyal people nice? So anyways, thank you for that. So what I've got here, this is kind of an experiment. I really don't know what to do, but I thought of this idea. So as you will see, the video following this, I filmed just like 5 days ago, and I just got home from a trip with Fawn. I'm a little wiped out. She's really wiped out, poor thing. She insisted on all the driving for a lot of reasons, and so here we are. But I thought that content is going into a video in the future that you won't see on my channel for probably 6 weeks or something. And that's being massaged and all the little notes put in and all the polishing and all that. I won't do that with this. This is going to be more raw, and what I'm doing is like the main points of that video, cutting out, because that's just like my regular content, which you'll see on that video. Excuse me, but what I did is all the stuff I had to cut out, all the personal stuff, all the stories, all the other stuff, I thought I'd leave that in, and it's a mixture of both, in all honesty. I mean, the points are still in there, but it's not as maybe organized. It's a little more raw footage style. So not quite found footage. We're not going to find the Blair Witch or anything, but it's a little more raw, kind of, just because I won't be polishing it nearly as much because you're going to see it right away. I'm going to try and get this together and put this out tonight, and so you'll see it maybe Sunday morning. You might go live Sunday morning. That's my goal. We'll see if I can do that or not. I don't know. But otherwise, just thanks. And then I'll try this, see if you guys like it, and then see if this isn't too onerous for me to do on some kind of regular basis, and once in a while. I'll certainly try and do something. If there's something more I could do on my channel, but I don't have any other controls that I can set that allow any more privileges that YouTube allows me. Anyways, but I will give you another sneak peek too and tell you that thank you to the Thai Cyber Police, the weird, hateful group that their whole page was taken down. It wasn't a YouTube channel, as many people suspect. I won't say what it was, but it was a page somewhere, and the whole page got taken down, which I didn't expect, so that was nice. They have other pages, but I don't see my content on there anymore, and I have the right, Fawn and I have the right to pursue them in court, and we absolutely have as guaranteed as you ever could get case, and they could probably pay me probably 10 or 20,000 US. You'd be shocked at what the liable and the due-to kind of stuff it goes for here in Thailand. So don't ever do that to anybody. Other than it's not nice to do that, it's financially a bad idea. I don't want a further relationship with these people, and neither does Fawn. We're going to let that all drop. We never seriously considered doing any of that. It's done. It's over. They took it down. The people started to realize that this maybe wasn't such a great idea, being to delete all their stuff, but of course you're not going to fool the cyber police or the social media platform that this was all on. And anyhow, but that's all over, and thank you for everyone's support on that. Anyhow, so that's it. I'll attempt to throw this in, and we'll try the raw footage stuff. Thank you. Good morning. It's Monday morning. Oh, we got the big Monday morning market in the nearby city where I'm in the rice fields just outside of. And I live in the northeastern rice fields of the metropolitan area of the city of Korat, which is one of, I'm not going to say one way or the other, I don't start the professional arguers, but it's one of the larger and most important cities in the Isan region. It's a major part of the Isan culture and all that, which I find, I really like that culture. I like the Thai people overall. It's maybe the main reason, that and money are the main reasons I came here. And the caring culture and stuff that I'd heard about, that, praise God, that part of my massively flawed research turned out to be true, and that's made all the difference in my life. Hence today's content. Usually I film on Saturday mornings, but this weekend was a little busy. I went with Fawn and her entire core family almost. Both her parents, Kun Pa, Kun Ma, and then both her boys and I and Fawn. I mean, 6 people in a Toyota Vios, which would be a compact car. Here it's an intermediate sized car, I would call it. But so this thought kind of occurred to me organically over the weekend, which often happens. I've got some bonus footage where you can kind of see where this might have popped into my head about the things you should be getting here retired in Thailand. Now again, my channel is about an older guy looking to find a peaceful place with some love, care, assistance, and support to pursue his happy, peaceful retirement. And it doesn't mean a life of like free of vices or something. I mean, if I wanted to go out and have a couple 3 beers every night, I could. I don't have the health for that. But if you were like to have a couple of cold ones, and again, snooker is controversial out in the traditional culture. You want to kind of watch how you do that, and you do what you want, but just be aware that not everyone that likes that game likes it for playing billiards or whatever. They like it for the gambling and the money and the fast money and the drugs and a little bit of a life of crime sort of aspect to it. So you would want to make sure you're engaging with sporting gentlemen and not maybe a criminal element. Just a piece of soft advice there for you. So I could be doing any kind of lifestyle I wanted out here. I mean, other than chatting with a pile of expats every day that are functioning adults. That would be very hard to find out here. Not to beat a dead horse, but most Westerners that come here, and it's overwhelmingly most. Let's just call it what it is. And this is by every friend I've ever had here, every account from every rational stranger I had a short conversation with, all say the same thing, that a lot of guys come here to crawl into a bottle, I think. It's super common, ubiquitous. So you'd watch that. So if you wanted to really socialize, I would say with Westerners, a rural, quiet, suburban Isan retirement really wouldn't be my first choice. I would encourage you to find cost accommodations that work for your retirement, at least if not in. And I understand why you might not want to be in one of the tourist cities. I sure would not want to be. You could be, a 10 or 20 minute, motorcycle ride or car ride or bicycle ride from a place like that, and then you could mingle with your fellow countrymen and as frequently as you like or need or whatever. But other than that, everything else is available out here. If you're a big touring guy, you want to tour, and jet travel within Thailand is incredibly cheap and efficient. I mean, my friends and I just don't find the Western company here all that great. Everybody complains about it. The only guys that probably don't complain about it are the guys that are the problem, and they're all lined up at the pub. It's just different people. It's just different people. Other than the alcoholism, I wouldn't say that's like an acceptable, productive lifestyle. I would not judging. I've been a heavy drinker at prior points in my life and all that, but I don't think that's when I got my best goal accomplishments and all that done. Busy morning, I guess. We got a lot going on. I got a busy week this week, a lot going on, and somebody wanted to meet me this week, and they probably thought I was being a bit dickish, which maybe I was, but I certainly wasn't trying to be. It's just hard to squeeze everything in. It's one of those, all in a good way. I have to make sure I take time mentally and emotionally to enjoy it all, because it's all awesome. I'm still above dirt, and I'm having a great time, and things are coming right along on plan, and you got to celebrate that, because how often does that happen? And one fact that many foreigners don't realize or maybe fully digest is that the Isan Thai culture is frugal. So if you've got a woman, no matter how smoking hotness she is or not, if she's always calling for money all the time, she's not really part of the culture. And if the culture is being good-hearted and generous and humble and caring and frugal, and she's not doing the frugal part, is she doing the other part?
Probably not. In my experience, I'm going to go with never. I've never seen it. You get a woman who's money hungry and a gold digger and all that. Oh yeah, but she's really good-hearted. I didn't see that back in America, and I sure as heck don't see that here. Here's a good one. For a first date, take a woman to the mall and just go walking around and just find a mall that has a restaurant in it that you like. That's a good restaurant that you've checked the menu with her. You know she likes it because food's very important in this culture. Thai women can eat like a fat man at a free buffet. I mean, you will be shocked at what a little 40-kilogram Thai woman can pack down, and I really mean that. I can't. I'm a decent sized guy, and I can't eat. Fawn out eats me anytime she wants to. Anytime she's hungry. Sometimes I got to buy 2 meals, and she's a small. They have a phenomenal metabolisms. I don't know what happens here. They're incredibly robust people. Anyways, but it's frugal, and you should be saving money. But take your date to a mall, have a restaurant picked out, go to the restaurant, and then just like walk off to dinner and go look for a coffee or a tea or a ice cream or something after. And if she wants to stop at all the expensive stores and she's longingly looking at things like and holding it off the rack, like for you to maybe step in to buy it, that's your first and last date, my friend. I've just saved you 6 months of heartache and then moving on to the next girl that's nice. Unless you want to do a virtual pay for play or a virtual prostitution or whatever, which is common, and you can keep buying her expensive shoes and she'll keep going back to your hotel room. And I'm not making fun. If that's what you like, that's great. But you can get that out here. If you're a playboy type, which they call jiao chu, which translates to butterfly, one butterfly going from flower to flower to flower, if you follow me. If you're the jiao chu type, which is fine. I have no problem with that. You can have that here too. There's one expat bar in the whole city of Korat. It happens to have really nice food. I'm friends with the owner of the Monkey Bar. The owner is Stuart, very nice guy. Some people had trouble, didn't get along with the other owner before him, I'll just say. But Stuart, I've never heard a bad word about. I've never had an issue with him. He's just a nice guy. Really good food. I go there early because he can't control who comes into his place. And at night, then you get some more of the people that are just less fun to talk to. I hate to say it. If I was going to go somewhere later at night, I probably wouldn't go to Stuart's place, as much as I like him and his food's phenomenal. And very reasonably priced, I have to say. If I want to go to a place that's as good a food, I'll be paying probably twice as much going to a high-end Thai restaurant. Kind of odd, isn't that funny? That the Western place, he knows this crowd. And he has he's worked up very affordable menu that's really tasty. Like when I was dating Fawn seriously, and I had set aside a couple of the other ladies that were really nice that I was dating, and I had 2 other really, really, really nice ladies I was still seeing, and I kind of 3. Fawn was one of the 3, and then I was kind of thinking of focusing really just on Fawn because she was so interesting and so good, and hard to find someone like that anywhere, really. I went to Usani, and I said, Usani, can you help me validate her? And Usani knew her, but pretty well already. But then I insisted on one more meeting, and we got together and just talked it out, had a good time, and just was a casual coffee that was really an interview. You know what I mean? I did that. Hate to say it, but that's just true, and I was just being cautious because I had been burned recently. And that worked out great. And Usni's like, Rob, I don't need to do this. I knew in 2 minutes from the first time I met her that what kind of person she was. A Thai woman can always tell. But she really wanted somebody to care for her, and I was the best fit for her, and she was the best fit for me. And then look at that, what you get, and you get a nice relationship. In my opinion, second marriages, which we're heading towards for both of us, and older type, age gap type relationships as well. And so we're all of that at the same time, all tend to be a little more pragmatically founded, which I think is a good idea. Probably why, I don't know this, but I'll bet you if you did a global study of arranged marriages versus people just going to the bar, dancing sexy and thinking they fell in love and getting married, I'll bet you the arranged marriages do better over time because the adults in the relationship are picking people that are compatible long term, But I could be wrong. I doubt I am, though. Yeah, she helps me with all the physical stuff. She reminds me about any medications. She reminds me and manages all my doctor's appointments, which are unrelenting, let me tell you. And Because like this week I got a big one. Again, I got all day frickin' blood work all frickin' day, whatever. And the chemicals you can't frickin' fight. If I had like a broken arm, I could fix that. But the frickin' when you're like molecules in your body betray you, you can't fight molecules. It's like being attacked by a million microscopic ants. You can't fight the damn things, Anyways, but whatever. But I get assistance with everything. When I wanted my fancy dream motorcycle, she begrudgingly in the beginning, and now she appreciates it. She helped me with that. She helps me with my visa, obviously. My visa every year renewing, it's a piece of cake because Fawn manages everything for me. And she's a government employee. She shows up there in her little uniform. Oh, look at that. All my paperwork stamped in 20 minutes. What a coincidence. Versus if I showed up with a bar girl, what do you think? Might be all day, huh? My unsolicited piece of advice would be to just live below your means. Always have a little cushion. If you can afford so much, spend 70-80% of that. Keep some cushion. Both my kids save over 20% of their incomes every month, every year. I checked both of them recently, and they're both doing great. It's really nice that they took that to heart. That'll make you happy. Financial stress will not make you happy, and for God's sake, financial stress when you're retired will eat you alive. So, again, Korat's a pretty cheap place to live, and if you live further out into the rice fields like I am, it gets to be very cheap, and even cheaper than here. There are places, and because I had this happen, I went from here probably a half hour north into the jungle and went and looked at a gym. It was a real old school gym. There's some guys that were just absolute killers there. I'm not in shape to train there yet. Maybe I never will be. But very quickly, a couple of very, very young, very, very pretty ladies were really letting me know that they were really interested in me. And that just isn't, that's probably not healthy. I think I'd end up dead in 90 days with a huge smile on my face, but probably dead in 90 days or something. I don't know that that's really a good idea, but you do what you want. But I chose this, and this works. Wow. Anyways, that's it. Probably talked too long as it is. Thanks, everyone. I'll try and get some cute bonus footage with fun in it and put together a video. I'm going to quietly step out of the price negotiations on the trees. I made a joke. I asked if they had a discount for foreigners, and then she's looking at me a little bit. But it was, and then I asked, was there a discount for rice farmers? And then using their colloquial term for rice farmer, which probably surprised her that I knew that. And then she laughed pretty good. And now I hear her mother hitting her pretty hard on the price on some of the stuff, and so I'll just step out. My presence does not help with this, if you follow. So we're picking trees, and they're all looking good. And isn't exactly what I was thinking in my mind, but again, this is just the time to compromise and just to move on and be happy. And these are fine. These are more than fine. I'm lucky to have what I have already. So we're just gonna pick some stuff, get it delivered, and her mom and dad will plant it, and I'll buy dinner or something, and it'll be awesome. The people that say that, oh, Rob's always bragging about how he speaks Thai so great or something. I'm at this place here, which you'll see a photo. I cannot order here. It uses a QR system. There's loads of menu onto your phone, which is all in Thai, and I read like a brain-damaged 5-year-old or something. So I'd be here all flipping day. And then so I just said Chuai Pum Noi to the lovely waitress who was helping me, and I asked her to order for me, and I told her in Thai, I'll take credit in Thai for what I wanted. But I just totally wussed out and just said, hey, please help me. What you can always do here. Good words and phrases to learn for assistance, because the Thais are extremely garang jai, considerate. And if you ask for help, you'll get it. Way more than you will back in your home country, I think. And then I made my appointment and got my 1-year big mega blood workup thing started. 4 vials of blood. And then Luet is blood. Sorry, Luet is blood. And it's a rising tone. And Fawn and I come back tonight for that, because I'm not going to know all the medical terminology. There's no way I can speak all that. I could fumble through it, and I wouldn't die or anything. But I'm better off having fun there. Any subtleties, I won't catch any subtleties. But the doctor, by pure coincidence, the blood doctor's name almost sounds like Godaduk, which is bone. And then they sent me over to X-ray. They've never been sent to X-ray for this. For other things, but not for this. And so I'm thinking I'm in the wrong spot, and then but I'm not. Anyway, so my waitress is coming back. She just told me kanombang mo leo. They're out of the sweet snack I wanted along with my breakfast, which is naughty of me, but I haven't eaten in like a day for this blood work, so anyways, whatever, it's fine. A pretty place, so I'll try and take a couple shots. It's very Thai, very Asian, it's very cool. Well, here, okay. It was kind of a pain to navigate to here. Going to a new place is always tough because I don't know my way, right? So this is my first time coming here by myself and on a motorcycle versus driving in a car with Fawn, which is turn here, turn there. It's super easy. Anyway, so back to the bone doctor story. So it was just a pure coincidence that the guy's name sounded like Korat, and then they sent me to X-ray. They'd moved the blood clinic over next to X-ray. So I'm like, I think I've screwed up somehow. I was sure they heard me when I said I was here for do it, and then they did hear me and understand me. It was just a weird coincidence, which happens a lot here.
Thank you again to every one of you for being so good and supportive and kind with your comments and following me along this craziest of all journeys.